Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shroomy and I'm a mixed media artist. Today I am working on a piece that I actually called Cocktail Party or something along those lines. I decided that I wanted to do a bit more of an experimental piece where I try and combine a bunch of elements together. I didn't know what to draw this day, but I knew I wanted to draw a girl, like a little bit anime inspired girl, and I actually went on my favorite like copyright free site for images and stuff. I went on Unsplash and I got inspired by there's these pictures of like super high quality like pictures of cocktail glasses and like just stuff like that for like I'm not sure, like parties or bars or something, and they had like neon green like liquid inside, and I don't know, that just kind of sparked some kind of flair into what I wanted to draw. I was like, you know what, I want to draw these little orbs containing this fluid. Not sure I executed it how I pictured it in my head in the end, but it's okay. This was a learning curve nevertheless. And then from there, because I was looking at loads of like cocktail glasses and things like that, I then decided to draw the little umbrellas, and then I was like, you know what, the ice actually would fit really nicely. And then I just decided that, you know, the little Swedish fish is like, not Swedish fish, I don't know, like the fish crackers just made me think of the little fish crackers. Yeah, I just added them. Not sure, I just felt like it kind of fit, because I was like, you know what, I want to draw some fish, but then later in the video you'll see I painted them and they look like the little fish crackers. But yeah, I added a bunch of elements, the cherries and you know, the water splats and things like that. Basically, I'm making this piece because at the point in time when I was painting this, I had gotten the super vibrant glitter paints that you will see along the clip. And yeah, so I decided that I wanted to paint something that's going to have a lot of like glittery effects and things like that, which is why the neon orbs came to play. I also wanted to quickly say I'm sorry if you're listening to this and I sound really horrible. It's because I'm actually currently sick. Yeah, it's been a tough ride. Every December I go through this and it doesn't get easier. I feel like it gets worse as I get older as well. Every year for my birthday, I'm sick. Every Christmas, I'm sick. Some New Year's I've been sick as well. So I am struggling, guys. I can't do this every goddamn year. I don't know why. I mean, my immune system is pretty poor. All I do is sit at home and draw every day, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, I am using watercolors again, and I'm using the Holbein watercolors, which I'll leave a link here. And yeah, I already explained everything pretty much behind the thought process, but I'm still experimenting with the watercolors, and it's been a long ride. I've dabbled in a lot of mixed media art supplies, and I must say that watercolor is the hardest one for me to grasp. It's because of the constant layering, and you have to be so careful where you place the colors, because once you overdo it, that's it, there's no going back, and that's so intimidating. I've already mentioned in my previous videos how I really struggle with finding the balance of where to stop, and it's hard getting used to. As well, I've mentioned I mostly work with like thick, heavy body paints, and watercolor's just been so eye-opening to how heavy-handed I am. It's been great. I've been really enjoying it. I am very, very, very impressed with how I've kept to it, and I've studied a lot of artists that I really admire and love, and I been learning a lot, so it's been really fun. And this piece, I can see the negatives and the positives in this piece. There's definitely things that I would love to change, including the face. Look, I don't know what happened, because when I drew this with the pencil for the first clips that you see in this video, the face looked so cool, it looked so cute, it looked exactly how I wanted, and I was really happy with it. At some point, I decided that that the eyes just weren't how I wanted, and I wanted them to be looking upwards, obviously in the distance, instead of like down, because it kind of looked like she was looking at the cocktail umbrella thing. And yeah, I don't know, I messed it up at some point, but I'm glad that I finished it, because I knew that, at that point when I was doing the eye, I could already see that I hate that eye and I did it wrong. And again, the overwhelming sense of giving up came over me, but I stuck with it and tried my best, because again, I haven't done many of watercolor paintings, and I just really wanted to try and see what could come of it. I've already got so many artworks abandoned in the little folder that I have, because I just can't get myself to finish them. Sometimes when I draw something, or when I'm doing something, I'm so into the idea, but then I step back, whether it's, looking at it the next day, or just, going down and making dinner and then coming back upstairs, looking at the piece, and I just hate it, and that just makes me, not want to continue it. Most of the time it's because I notice a mistake that I made, and it's just hard to rethink and redo, essentially. But yeah, the painting process for this one has been just trying to layer as much as I can, and as you can see, I'm not really like tackling element by element. Well, kind of, but not in the sense of like doing things at a time. I'm kind of like all over the place. There's no, I don't know, in a sense, there's no rhythm, because I don't know if it's visible, but I really don't know what I'm doing. Another thing I learned from doing this piece was how I don't think it's a good idea to outline every single strand of hair, because I think that just limited so much of my process. I am the type of person to be very intuitive. Is that the right word? Intuitive? Okay. You get it. With my work and how I lay down colors and stuff, because nothing here was planned out. I had no plan going into this. Most of the time I was, talking to my Twitch chat. Shameless plug, make sure you follow my Twitch and come watch me paint. But yeah, most of the time I was just chatting and going ahead with the painting, and asking what colors people think would suit and stuff. But yeah, I go into these pieces more experimentally. I have no like visual plan in a sense. The only things I knew I wanted was those green orb ball things. I'm not really sure, but that's about it. And then I've just been going crazy with all the colors, and just turned out such a vibrant piece, and I really enjoy it in the end. I think it looks pretty cool. There was there was quite a few days after I finished the main watercolor on this that I left it for a while and came back, and then because I wanted to do the shiny effects and I knew I wanted them, all over the piece pretty much, but I didn't know how and where, but I just started going with it and pretty much never stopped. I overdid it, I think. I did a little too much, some would say, but if you ask me, there's never enough glitter. But yeah, I'm just looking at me working on this and it's coming together, I must say, and it's, again, I'm using the Hanamule watercolor paper. I don't actually think I've mentioned this paper on this channel before. So yeah, that's actually quite fun. So I think this is my favorite paper so far, as of yet. I haven't explored too much with the watercolor papers, but so far this paper has been the best one. It's very affordable and it's so nice and smooth, and the way that the colors sit on it, they don't move, as long as you don't want them to, but it's just so nice, and I'm so happy with this watercolor paper. But I do definitely want to try other ones like Arches, and that's pretty much it. That's on my wish list. But yeah, I'll get it at some point, and yeah, I've enjoyed this piece a lot, and you can see me really trying to bring in the crazy shiny watercolors, which are so fun. And yeah, I didn't know what to do with the hair at first, which is why it's all over the place as well. I wanted to just mention that real quick. I went in with all the colors in the world, pretty much, because it started off pink and then I was like, I want it to be purple. But like I said, because you got to constantly layer up your watercolors, it's just so hard for me to understand how to do it. And again, to touch on the outlining of the hair, all the hair strands, I think that's such a mistake for me. I think that's where I really realized that I shouldn't be doing that. I think a general outline for like the outside of the hair would have sufficed. I think outlining every single strand is just a little bit too much, and it really limited my, in a sense, creativity as well, because I just kept getting stuck and I didn't know what to do. I think if I didn't outline every single strand, I would have been a bit more experimental and just made it a little bit more interesting. I think at this stage it just, it's not the best. So I decided to just bring in all the glitter again, and I do notice from these angles you can't actually see what I'm doing very well. It looks like I'm doing nothing, but there is some clips where you can really see the crazy shine on these paints. Can I just also say how impressed I am that these like glitter paints exist? Like, I still can't believe how glittery they are, and I'm so glad that I got these because they're so fun. But yeah, I then came into it with some jelly rolls and some white highlights and trying to polish this artwork off. I mean, digitally we all render, but I think rendering in traditional sense also exists. I don't know, I can't remember if that's like a real thing or not, but surely, right? Like where you just finish off the piece, and I think doing the white highlights and everything like that just really crisps everything out and makes it come together. But it's been a fun process, I must say. I learned a lot from this one, and I'm so glad that I stuck to it and carried on. I think it turned out really, really cool. Make sure you check out my other videos. I'd be so grateful. And yeah, I've got so many more in the works. Just wanted to say I've got things like trying acrylic gouache for the first time, and there's so many other ones. I've got a lot of sketchbooking stuff, a lot of Pokemon combo stuff that's going to be coming soon as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you check out my other videos as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye guys.